All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by the lovely Cody Rigsby, Peloton instructor, and from his Instagram bio, he is a celebrity fitness guru, winky face, Peloton, and opinionated homosexual.
That is true.
That is you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for
Now
having
that
me.
Instagram bio has been read out loud, do you want
Do I
to make any
cringe?
changes to it,
Well,
or do you
okay,
think you keep it?
No, the first one is what they call, because that's what they called me on Dancing with the Stars, because they didn't want to say Peloton instructor.
Oh.
So that's what they would call me
No
on
free
Dancing with the
ads.
Stars.
You know what? I
That's why
actually
the
do
winky
remember
face
that.
is in there,
I
'cause
do
you're
remember
like-
that.
Yes. And then
Did
I
you have
do
to
work.
say, like, I do classes on a stationary bike?
No, like the first episode we talked about Peloton,
Yeah.
and then from there on, I don't know, they probably were like, we're not giving them free
Yeah.
advertisement.
No Peloton shirts while you're doing
No,
the dances.
I had to like, oh my God, every time I went to rehearsal, I had to like put a tape over like an Adidas logo or
Yep.
a Peloton logo. I was
Yeah.
like, oh crap, because I'd always forget, even though they'd be like, don't wear branded
And then
clothing, and I did it all the time.
right. That's hard, though.
It is.
You know, show up with plain clothes
You
every
never
day.
realize how much branded clothing you have until someone asks you
Exactly.
to not wear branded clothing. We've had that
Exactly.
happen before, where it's
Yeah.
like, just wear something plain. It's like, how do I not have any of that?
Right.
Where there isn't any logo showing of some sort. But Cody, we're super pumped to have you here.
And
excited to be
so
here.
is everybody else in this office.
I've
you
heard.
are being talked about.
Beautiful.
Yes, water. You're being talked about left and right in here. Everyone's like, Cody's coming. And then other people are like, who's that? And they're like, he's a Peloton instructor. Like, everyone's really excited.
Yeah, I walked in, there was some other recording going on of lots of middle-aged white straight men, and they seemed to be interested.
Yeah.
And I was
What time
like,
is it? 2
wow.
o'clock?
The
It's the yak.
yak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it checks out.
And I was like, okay, hello. And then apparently there's a buzz here.
There's a
and
buzz.
I was just so surprised for such a heteronormative space.
Yeah.
Sports playing here.
See, that's the common misconception of this place is that people think it's like a frat house. Like, I always say, like,
it was giving a little frat house as I walking by.
maybe like the way
Appearance.
it looks, but
Okay.
like I don't know one person that's been in a frat here.
Okay, great.
Appearance
Like
wise.
that's,
Love that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the appearance may be messy and dirty.
We're really all a bunch of dorks,
That's great.
I feel like.
Speak for yourself.
How
No,
many of you-
I'm
I'm
kidding.
Yeah.
What is the ratio of people that work here and also live in Murray Hill? That's a really good factor as to if it's a frat
Oh,
house
it's
or not.
probably pretty high.
Well, I feel like there's like a range of the people who just graduated college, interns that
Yeah.
come here, whatever,
Yes.
and then the people that have worked here for years, and like
Okay.
nobody's like we all know not to touch Murray Hill,
Yes.
but then there's a whole group of people that
There's a
When you
big
first
group
move
of
to New
people.
York,
Yes,
no
that's
matter
always
what,
the
you
go-to.
somehow end up in Murray Hill.
Yeah.
And everybody's in a blue vest, blue trouser, blue shirt.
Murray Hill scares me.
It does. Cover your drinks, okay? You know?
I saw that there was a I don't know if this is true or not, but there was a rumor that Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner had just bought an apartment that was like Murray Hill adjacent.
Okay.
Because people were seeing him on a city bike like all over Murray Hill, and on
Really?
TikTok they were like, "Why is Joe Jonas like the king of Murray Hill right now?"
I would not want that title.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. So I think that might if anybody could make Murray Hill cool, it'd be Sophie Turner. So
That is true, but
that's
And Joe
Then-
Jonas,
and-
the now, I'm going to say, this is a hot take, the hottest Jonas brother. It's fluctuated.
it has changed.
I like the look he's going with lately.
Yeah, no.
looks great.
It was Joe to begin with, and then Nick got cute.
Nick's her favorite. Oh my
Nick's
god!
my favorite.
Speaking of,
Nick got cute, but then Joe got really cute.
I got her this candle.
What is
today?
it?
I brought it.
A Nick Jonas candle?
It says I couldn't get you Nick Jonas, so I got you this candle. It smells like him. It really doesn't smell that good.
It's kind of
Well,
a
maybe
funky
that's-
smell. Not my fave.
What is that?
I don't.
I
You know
just
what?
picked-
We
it's
can't
from
pick up.
Etsy.
We
It's
can't
not
pick
like
up the
man
note.
smell.
It's like
No. It's
It's
cinnamon.
not B.O.
Am
I thought it was like vanilla. I thought I picked vanilla,
Oh, maybe vanilla.
but it doesn't
No.
smell
It
great.
doesn't smell
But it's not
great.
meant to be lit. It's just for fun.
Yeah,
But
it's for decoration.
I thought it was going to be like pure hormones, you know? Or
Right,
like,
yeah. Or I thought it was
nice,
gonna, like,
cologne
smell- yeah,
smell.
yeah,
Or
like a manly
Abercrombie
musk.
in a
Oof.
candle. That would be
Oh,
cool.
that- yeah.
Cover your
that'd
drink.
be nice.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh man, well Cody, we're pumped to have you here. We're very excited. We're both big fans.
Wonderful.
I am a Dancing with the Stars super fan.
Okay.
So I've watched all of that, but on top of that, I received a Peloton as my Christmas gift a few years ago, and
Oh,
you have
rich.
always been
Love
my
that.
favorite
Thank
instructor.
you. Thank you.
I gifted my parents a Peloton a couple years ago.
Also very rich.
And, yeah, no.
Gifting your parents a
I was just
Peloton.
sucking up, you know.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And yes, I've taken classes as well, although I'm not like an avid Peloton user because
That's
it's at my
okay.
parents' house. So whenever I'm there, I'll pop on.
We love that.
But I think it's amazing how much popularity you guys have gained from Peloton. I mean,
Yeah.
we both met Kendall when she was working at Rumble. Okay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, and I had followed her on Instagram.
And Rumble in like New York.
Yes.
That's
and
a long time ago.
it was a
then.
really long time ago. And I had followed her on Instagram since then.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, I just saw this jump in like her followers and
Yeah.
like, everything. And I was like, she's really popping off. And then I was like, oh my God, Peloton.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
it's so insane. Did you see that coming? And what was your, path to getting to Peloton?
Well, I have been at Peloton in April. Will be my 9th year anniversary. So that's a long, almost a
is.
decade of
Yeah.
my time.
Right. Yeah.
So when I started at Peloton, it was very like a startup, and I had never taught a fitness class in my life. I was at the right place at the right time, and I was just like, I can fake it till I make it. So at the beginning, it was just like, I'm trying to make $1 because I'm tired of cater waitering and bartending and like doing all these odd jobs just to make rent. So I was like, great, I can make some cash, be steady
New York.
income. In New York, yeah. And
How long have you lived in New York?
13 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is, I can't believe either. And so I just was looking to make $1, but once the years kind of started to pass by and I started to see the potential of it, I was like, okay, this could be something really big. And so I put in so much work kind of like building who I am at Peloton and also understanding what my brand was and understanding who I was. So that kind of when the pandemic hit and there was this explosion of Peloton, I was like ready to go and ready to hit it hard. So I wasn't expecting it, but I was like ready for it if it had happened, and then it did happen. And even post like pandemic, I don't even know if I was ready for all of the stuff that came my way. It was like you have to adjust, and I think like moving into the spotlight, having more money, having more notoriety, being in the public eye more, you're not ready until you get there, and the problems and the challenges that come with that.
Yeah.
You can only take care of when you're in it. And even I think the past year I've had to really like reflect and be like, where do I want to put my energy, because it was like really mentally draining and exhausting, especially post Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've had to like kind of recalibrate this year,
Right.
I think.
What is it like, or on a daily basis, how many people are coming up to you?
Every day.
Every day.
Every
I would
day.
imagine.
But yeah, it's kind of like I have to be ready to be Mickey Mouse everywhere I go. And I'm fine with that. It's part of the gig. I think there's some days that I'm just like, when you have shitty days, and you're like,
Yeah,
I don't
for
feel like
sure.
doing anything.
Yep.
Right.
So like if someone catches me on like one of those days, I have to like take a breath and just like, hey girl, what's up? Okay, let's take a picture.
Yeah.
But it can be kind of taxing, but every day, everywhere I go, it's really a lot in airports or
Yeah,
like when I'm
right,
traveling.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people probably assume you're on
Yeah.
like all the
because
time.
when you're doing the class,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
a lot of, it's high energy. You're
Yeah, of
working out, and I'm sure
course.
Yeah.
even when you are teaching a class, or you have those days where you're like, I
Yeah.
really wish I wasn't doing this right now, but I'm gonna have to put
There's
it on
days
right
I'm
now.
like, okay, yeah, let me. I'm having a shitty day. Let me turn it on and
Yeah.
like let me figure it out. But I know that it comes with the territory, and I'm like so grateful for it. So I don't want to sound like, oh, I hate when people like ask me for a picture.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's just like days that like it's
Yeah.
harder to do so.
Yes, definitely. And also as you've gained so much fame, I feel like you probably get more criticism as far as like you are opinionated and you
Yes.
share those thoughts, which I love because we of course talk about pop culture on this podcast. You do so much during your classes where I
Yeah.
feel like it's your own podcast while
Yeah.
you are working
Exactly.
out.
And it keeps
like
people
it is
engaged.
basically like
Yeah.
where they're so I'm laughing while I'm listening to you, and I'm like, you know what, he has stuck by it. Like he is gonna not like the people he doesn't like, he's gonna like the people he likes, and nobody's gonna change his mind.
And I think, but that's what I think what annoys me about like social media in general is that A, people can't take a joke.
Yeah.
And then B, people
Yes.
like they don't know how to differentiate an opinion versus like a fact about a person or someone that like they love. I think like my queen is what? Britney Spears. bitch, I will be the first one to say that Britney Spears is not that great of a singer. I can accept that. Yeah. But do I love Britney Spears? Yes. Right. Britney's been having some difficult moments in her life and doing some interesting things on her social media. I can be the first one to say, like, that's a little peculiar, but she's still my queen. Yeah. You know, whereas like some people are fans of certain artists or people
they will just ride or die no matter what, and they will not let it go.
They won't let it go. And I'm like,
or they can't accept if other people don't like them.
Exactly.
Like they're working for them. Like they are working PR
like they're
for
their
that
best
person.
friend, or that this person is going to give them something because they need to defend someone on social media. I'm too pretty. I am way too pretty to be arguing with anybody in the comment section of any post on Instagram, TikTok. I deleted my Facebook, so that's out of the way. But like, I'm not doing that. Yeah. I got way more.
I need to channel that.
What? I'm way too pretty to be commenting back. What is gonna come from it?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's mine. But yes, I ride or die for my peeps and like my specific opinions about certain things.
But that's what makes you you. And like I said, I think that's what keeps people engaged, and why you have gained such a huge following in the first place is that, you know, maybe that comes with people getting mad at you and more people getting mad at you, but it also comes with people loving you more.
Yeah.
And it's
I think there's something about being somewhat polarizing.
Oh, of course.
You know, like the people who like have those similar opinions, like, yes, you're my person, you get me. Right. And then other people are like, oh, I don't like this person. That's fine.
Right. Not everyone's gonna like you. And also it's like you're saying what everyone's thinking.
Thank you.
Yes.
Where were you when, was it the AMAs?
Yes.
That you saw, like you made, I think it was like a TikTok or you posted.
They asked me, someone from like Good Morning America or something was asking me.
Was something
like,
where like Taylor Swift was like behind you? And you were
no, they were like, did you get Taylor Swift tickets? And I was like, I wouldn't go to a Taylor Swift concert if she was performing in my kitchen, which was like a joke that I saw online anyways.
Yeah.
And people are like, how dare he? I'm like, first of all, these tickets are hard to get. So thank God, me, a person with influence, is not trying to get these tickets.
Yeah. You don't want
to
want the tickets.
Because you could get them.
I would say the same thing about AC/DC. I would say the same thing about...
It's not just Taylor Swift that you're not a fan
Garth
of.
Brooks. Like, I'm not trying to go see these artists. It's not who I'm about. And like, that's okay.
Yeah. The Taylor stuff cracks me
I
up.
love that.
I love it. I love Taylor Swift, and I so much enjoy watching and hearing you like talk about not liking her because it just cracks me up.
We've had a lot of Taylor Swift debates on this podcast because I am very indifferent about Taylor Swift. You know, like I'm not like I'm obsessed with her, but I don't not like her. You know, I have liked some of her music. Others I think it's the same thing over and over. You know what I mean? Like I'm so indifferent about it, but it is very funny because our producer will sometimes Noah will sometimes chime in with his opinions.
Is Noah a fan? I'd be very surprised.
No.
Okay, I figured. One look at Noah doesn't tell me that he's a Taylor Swift fan.
He's a John Mayer.
He's a big John Mayer.
That's problematic.
But
didn't they date?
Yes.
Yeah.
But who hasn't she dated?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know.
And the amount
me and Taylor have dated.
The amount of hatred that came Noah's way when he said something about Taylor Swift. He was laughing about it though, but it's just funny because you're like, oh my gosh, like people really take it seriously.
Too seriously.
They will go through.
Let's have fun. Like it's just not that deep, y'all. It's not that deep. And like, I think we should be able to humanize our heroes and our idols. And I think that being able to see their flaws and their messiness or their imperfections is a good thing. Because then you can see like, oh my God, there's this person that's had so much success. Like Taylor Swift is like the richest woman in music, right?
Yeah,
like
probably,
she makes so much money. Like let's celebrate that, but like let's also be like, she has flaws.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's
so now.
And like, let's laugh at them.
Right. Definitely.
And you don't have a blood oath on anybody that says anything negative about your favorite hero.
Yeah. I think that's such a good message because I feel like I say that all the time where I'm just like, I like this person. I'm not saying I don't like them, but this is what I think about what happened in this situation. Now, people idolize you. And they're obsessed with you.
And there's plenty of people who don't like me also.
And what would you say for the people who are like coming to bat for you and they're like they think you can do no wrong? You would have the same sentiment?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the thing. Like I try to like show up in my content, my classes at Peloton or on Instagram or TikTok, and I try to be like, hey, like I don't want you anybody out there to think I have it all together. In fact, I'm a complete and utter mess. I'm a messy bitch. I can curse, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. I'm such a messy bitch. Like, let me show you how messy I am, so that you, on the other side of this, who's ever watching, can like also feel comfortable in you being a messy bitch and accept those flaws about yourself, and like not get so caught in your head about being so perfect. So anybody that is a diehard fan of Cody Rigsby and you see someone coming for me in the comment sections, just let it be. Don't waste your time. Yeah. Don't waste your time defending me. I'm good. Mm-hmm. I'm good. I'll read it and I might get sad for like 3 seconds, but I'm going to keep pumping. I'm going to get pumping.
Do you ever see the people in your comments like defending you and you have seen it go on like all day? And
sometimes it pops up, and part of me wants to. Part of me just like sticks out of it, but part of me's like, "All right, girl, like chill out. We're good. Like leave her alone.
This has been
We're
going on
good
for 24 hours.
We're good. Yeah, like enough.
Yeah.
We don't need to fight. Don't fight over me, please. There's so many other things you need to put your energy into.
It's an honor at the same time.
It's an honor at the same time, but don't fight over me.
I'm so intrigued by the like inner workings of Peloton.
Oh, inner workings.
And because
like, are we about to go on a magic school bus through my mind? What's going on?
No,
the inner workings of
the inner workings of Peloton, because I feel like now with all the fame and everyone has their favorite instructor, but everyone now has such a big social media presence, and like people date, people don't date, people get married. Like there's so many connections now. What's it like in the inside?
No, it's actually not that juicy. Like the tea is not that juicy. I kind of wish it was. I think we've been really good.
Are you all really friends? Like,
yes,
do you all see each other?
Listen,
like,
am I best friends with all 50 instructors over 4 modalities, over 4 different countries? No, it's just like impossible.
Yeah.
I think that we are all rooted in this kind of idea that there are enough seats at the table and that everybody is there with a purpose and like fits into a certain lane. So nobody is like, I don't think that there's like bad blood between anybody. I certainly have no bad blood for anybody. Like I stay in my lane. I'm gonna celebrate Kendall doing her thing. I'm gonna celebrate Camila doing her thing, Allie doing her thing, Emma doing her thing. Like I think that's the complete like sentiment, that there's room at the table, that everyone has room to grow and be their own person, and that's why they're there.
Boring.
So that I know.
No, that's nice.
I actually saw a nice quote.
That is nice.
And like the only thing, like, and I'm not like against I'm not against it, but like I would never shit where I eat and like date somebody from Peloton, but there are 4 people that are doing that at Peloton.
Yeah.
And I am responsible for one of those couples, so I can't say anything about it. Like I trained Ben and Leanne at the same time, and that's where they met. And then I was like, okay, I wouldn't do this, but here you all are doing it, and they're great, So
I can't really
it's like
speak.
the spiciest tea that I have about the inner workings of it all.
I saw a quote yesterday. This is so cheesy, but I think it kind of relates. It was like, lighting a candle doesn't take the light away from another candle.
No.
Which is beautiful.
That is
because you can
really
light
nice.
multiple candles in a room.
Exactly.
And they all smell delicious.
And it makes the room better.
Yes, it does.
That's so nice.
Yeah, there you go. That's Peloton.
That's Peloton.
Just all those lit candles.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's well.
But nonetheless a fire hazard.
Yes, absolutely.
That is true. Things could go wrong if there's too many candles in the room.
Yeah, absolutely. Dancing with the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you maybe got a little bit of the short end of the stick with how like you guys, there's a COVID situation.
Okay.
And because I just feel like you guys got a little shafted.
And thoughts on Tyra Banks.
Okay, we can get there. Let's buckle in, baby. Oh my God, somebody, I don't know where I was the other day. I think it was at Peloton, and like we had a members class, so people were in. This lady was like, I love you, and you got robbed on Dancing with the Stars. I was like, no, I didn't. I really didn't. Thank you. That's really kind. But I didn't. And I was happy with 3rd place. Wonderful. Now, do I think that there was some shenanigans like throughout the season? Yes. And
what would those shenanigans be?
So I'm going to like kind of lay it out kind of from my perspective. I don't know if any of this is based in facts. Okay. This is just like my perspective. So I think going into this, the Peloton community really fucking showed up and showed out for me. And when you have like that engaged of an audience and a community that's like willing to come together, it was like such a thing for the Peloton community.
Yeah.
Like everyone was excited about it, and it made me like just like tickled, you know, like I was like, oh, this is so cute. So people like would show this fan base, this community of like 7 million members is showing up, and like either they're watching the show or they're at least like getting on and voting. So I think for the most part, like my votes were in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They were like kind of solid.
Yeah.
So I think to make it interesting, they kind of gave me some shitty scores on certain nights where I was just like, I think I did better. I think I did better than that. There were some nights I was like, okay, I'm good with that. But there were certain nights I was like, I think I did a little bit better than
They
that.
were trying to test you. They were trying to push you.
Or like they were trying to make it like, you know, it's a TV show, so they want to add a storyline to it. They want to make it interesting.
They need drama. Just
There's
as
always
any other show.
There's always a contestant who is expected to be not like to be good, and the judges are deliberately like very hard on for what seems like not no reason, but it's like they all decided like that's going to be the person.
Kind of happened with Charlie this season, like a little bit.
Yeah, Charlie's the exception because she's an absolute dancing sensation.
Like tens all the time.
Yes,
like, she was like slaying the entire time.
Or who was it where you were like the judges were like,
no, there's always somebody that Carrie Ann's like, I'm giving you a lower score because I think that you're better than that dance, and it's
you're like a fan.
No, I am a fan.
She's like
why I haven't missed an episode
super
in
fan.
I live.
A decade.
Okay. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I'm locked in.
Yeah, so I felt like a little bit of that, but it's.
Their place is great.
Yeah.
And like I had some low scores and still never made it to the bottom two.
Yeah.
So that speaks for something.
Yes.
That definitely does.
You know?
Now, second question was Tyra.
Yeah, thoughts on Tyra Banks?
I think like okay, the talking about community, like I feel like the Dancing with the Stars community does not like Tyra Banks. Like they don't like her.
Well, this is
She's
the thing.
leading the charge of the Dancing with the Stars community.
You don't like her as the host of
I
Dancing
like
with the
Tyra
Stars.
Banks. I don't like her as the host of the show.
And that's a fair
But I
analogy.
like
but
like
her
Tyra
as a
Banks.
person, like she was like, I remember the first week she was like, oh my god, is that Cody Rigsby? I was like, Tyra Banks. Oh my god. And so she was like super sweet, and
we've had her on the show.
Yeah,
she's
great.
She's delightful.
We've
she's
talked
so
to her
nice.
multiple times.
She's amazing.
it's
She was even problematic on. I mean, go back and watch America's Next Top Model.
my
Like there was
God.
some problematic
When the
moments.
clips come out on TikTok, like I've been seeing them a lot of America's Next Top Model. I'm like, how did I watch this show as a kid?
Oh my
it's
god!
a
And we
whole
watched it, and
different
we were
world.
like, yes, like we
I lived and
soaked
died
it
by
all
America's
in
Next
when
Top
we were
Model.
watching it when we were like 12. And
And I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna shave all their heads. Yes.
yeah. And then they're all gonna dress as different nationalities.
Do
and,
you?
like, paint
That
their
one is
faces.
really hard to
Seriously,
watch.
like,
That one's really
yeah.
hard to watch. That one's hard to watch. Like,
That
did they
one
make her
came
girl
out
get
again
blackface?
recently. Yes.
Yes.
That
And you
one
know
came
what
out again
sucks?
recently. I was like, oh my.
It sucks for that girl that like now has those
Yeah,
pictures
but
forever, and she's like that.
I was
like,
literally kidnapped and forced to
like
do
Tyra
blackface
Banks
for Tyra Banks.
Made me do blackface.
Yeah, like, wow. And also, like, do you want your career or do you want your baby?
I feel like it's just Tyra lays it on the line. But I don't know. There was just been, for me, there's been a few too many like messy hosting moments where I'm like, okay,
Clean it up.
I don't think this is the job for you.
But like, and
But
maybe
they
this
are
is a hot
funny.
topic.
They
Like,
are funny.
I kind of, she either like slayed the outfits or the outfits were like, they were either, oh my God, incredible, or
Yeah.
like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
But she's a stunt queen, so I'm here for it. And she's a legend. We can't deny that.
Mm-hmm.
And
No, she is.
I would've-
like, there
like,
are
yeah.
times that are funny, right? Like when she fucked up Landon Barker's name multiple times.
Yeah, like she thought she corrected it the next episode, but then just got it wrong again.
And I got it wrong again. And like Kourtney Kardashian's like sitting in the audience, like that's not my
That's not my
son's
name.
name,
That's not my
but
name. and like, but
those
didn't
are like funny
Alfonso
moments.
mess up somebody's name, like Shangela's name this year?
Yeah, I think there's
Angela.
always something.
That's live
Yeah,
TV.
it
Like, what,
is.
you know, like,
It
That's the
is.
excuse always.
But how
Live-
many
Guys,
times
it's live TV.
can you use the
I get it.
It's live TV.
My thing is also like, Tyra, girl, you got
Yeah.
money. Like, why you gotta? What
Right.
do you need this gig for?
Well, I think she's
I
like
would
an
retire.
EP too, right? Like
yeah, I'm
so,
sure she got those
But
credits.
she can
Yeah.
get money
If
from
I
being
was
that
that
what I'm saying,
rich,
like,
y'all
just
would not
be the
see me.
EP.
Y'all would
No.
not see me.
Yeah.
I would be on an
Exactly.
island
I say that
in
all
the
the
sun,
time.
letting my investments like pay my rent. Y'all would
Yep.
not see me hosting a show.
You
I don't
would
know how
not
old
be
is
doing
Tyra,
Peloton
like
classes
late
anymore.
40s,
It has to
50s.
be.
You would not if I had as much money as Tyra Banks, my ass would be on a beach
Mm-hmm.
every day of my life, working out, eating right, and not being on social media or in front of a camera. It would not be me.
Right. I don't even know if I'd be working out or eating right. Like I think I would just disappear, just
fat happy.
Yeah.
on a beach.
And just see what happens.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's fair.
What other pop culture moments or things would you say that you're super into right now? Or not into. Or not into. Like you're seeing something over and over again and you're just like, I'm really not into this. Let's stop.
Oh, wow. That's really, I feel, like I'm 35. I'm 35. And like, it's a weird generation to be in because like we didn't have the internet and then we grew up with the internet. Like it came into our lives. Whereas like younger people have had like the internet like almost their entire life. So like things and trends on TikTok, I'm still like, some of them are like a little side eye to me.
Yeah.
Or like that whole one during the Christmas where they're like, so-and-so's dead at this age. I'm like, y'all don't fuck around with that energy. Do not fuck
agree
around.
with that.
I
agree
didn't
with
like
that.
That is
Andy Cohen
dark
really didn't like
sided.
I do not like
dark-sided
that stuff.
energy. And then all these people at the end of the year started dying one after the other. But that I feel like that happens every year.
It's one. It always does. That is true. But I do think that trend has happened before. It gets fucked up when people do older people. Like it was like. Okay,
that's
well,
okay.
they're not okay, but it's like they're
gonna die soon,
old,
so it's okay.
But it was just like
it's like Vanessa Hudgens.
You could be like, oh, they're old.
COVID when she was like,
people are gonna die.
People are gonna die. You have to get over it.
People die every day, but no, old people like it was more of a believable thing that wouldn't necessarily. It'd be sad, but it's like when people are like, "Mom, oh my God!" Like I saw one that was a girl said like, I mean, Bon Jovi isn't young, but like. Bon Jovi died. Like it was like clearly mom loves Bon Jovi, and it's like, and
do you know how much my mom loves Bon Jovi?
Like, my mom too.
Like
it would have to be a tragedy. Like he's ill or there was an accident.
Yeah.
Like it's so
exactly.
It's like people were doing Taylor Swift. People were doing like Courtney and like the Kardashians. People were doing like where people are young. And it's like, oh, that you're really putting out bad energy for young people. No, I don't like.
It's a no for me.
No,
that stuff scares me.
And I think it was what Andy had said too on Watch What Happens Live. He's like, I don't want to know how people are reacting to me dying. Like I don't want to see people hear that I died.
No.
Like I just want to die and then I'm dead.
Let's leave it for the afterlife.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like really?
Yeah. or people who are like,
yeah, coming.
All right, sure. Like, okay. Well, that one didn't get posted because it wouldn't be as dramatic. But we know you ride or die for Britney, and Britney's been a hot topic.
I know.
Are you pro or against the husband?
I'm pro.
Pro? Okay. Some people.
First of all, he's hot as fuck.
That is true. He is.
Even if she's only getting that,
but that has been like
once
low
a month,
key.
Congratulations, babe.
It's been a low key conspiracy that he's like.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
That he like controls
I have
all of her shit, and then he always doesn't. But I don't really buy into like the really deep Britney. All those deep Britney conspiracies are too. It's just too much.
It's too messy, and like how you don't know, and like you just don't. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
My thing is like, she was practically a prisoner for 10 years.
Yeah.
And like
she's like a
newborn. Forced to labor in like a Vegas residency, a small tour, and I think there was when she went into conservatorship. You had the circus tour. You had the Femme Fatale tour.
I went to the circus tour.
Incredible. I went twice.
Yeah.
Then you had a Vegas residency, and then she took that Vegas residency on a small little like tour. I remember it was like at Radio City. So you can't drive. You can only see your kids when they tell you to. You
can't go to the doctor.
You go to the doctor. You can't go to the doctor, or you go to the doctors that they tell you to go to. The doctors are being like given money to give her drugs so that she's like sedated.
Mm-hmm. What did she say? She couldn't take her IUD. They wouldn't let her take her IUD.
Yeah. She can't like. I'm sure like she has to. Whoever she's dating has to be like approved.
Right.
Like 10 years of that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That would drive anybody.
She's
like
not going to know how to act now.
You've got to come out of that and learn how to heal.
Yeah.
And so the way that you behave out of something that traumatic, we have to give her a little bit of grace.
But like,
is
no
that
wonder
how you
she's
feel about
posting her
the
vagina
nudity?
on there.
Yes, I was going to say the nudity.
If you want to pop that pussy and show it on Instagram, go for it, babe.
Yep.
We've seen it. We've already seen it.
Yeah.
We've seen it from the TMZ video. So like,
yeah. But that's kind of what my thought was when I see like she has the little flower over it. I'm like, she wants to be free, and like she's really being free when she's just showing her.
I just wish you would
vagina
like.
everywhere.
My only thing is like the quality of the content. I'm like, find the light, Brit. Like,
Yeah.
just get in front of
it
a window.
It
Like,
always looks like a green
like
screen
if you,
behind her.
yeah, like if you wanna show your goods, do it. But like at least
have good lighting.
At least have your coochie in good lighting. You know, like let's do that.
That is.
Do you think
that
her
is
husband's
so
taking
true.
the pictures, or is she doing self-timer?
No, I think she's doing it herself.
Self-timer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because they'd probably be a little more artsy, I guess, if like
Yeah,
somebody else
the
had the
quality would
camera.
be a
Sam
little bit
knows
better.
good light, I think.
Yeah.
Because you've seen his pic. Like, he's got
he
good
looks
pics.
great.
He's got good pics for sure. What do you dabble in reality TV? Like, do you watch reality TV? Rarely.
Like I'm not a Bravo gay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's good.
You don't have to be.
I'm a little judgmental of the Bravo gays, but we love them.
Yeah.
You know what? I think
I brought it up because Jamie Lynn Spears is on a new reality show on Fox.
She's on like some boot camp.
Yeah,
like,
it's like a special
great.
forces.
Wow, that girl needs a check. Wow, she needs a check.
She really does.
Next, she will be selling condoms and vibrators on social media. Do you guys hawk those sort of things?
We don't.
No.
But we.
Okay, my opinion is like, if y'all see me selling like sex toys or condom or lube on
cry for help.
social media, I'm in financial trouble. Okay, like the money is not going well right now, and so I have the same philosophy for Jamie Lynn Spears on this like
Special forces.
special forces.
You know who's on the show with her? Kate Gosselin.
Kate Gosselin,
Yeah.
and Kenya Moore, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Kate Gosselin's I think already been eliminated. I watched the first episode.
You're watching.
I watch
You're
everything.
tuned in. She
I
watches
watch.
too
What's
I
Kate's
tune
hair
into
getting
everything.
There's
these
no
days?
line.
It's flat.
Well, but it's not the Kate Gosselin.
No, it's
though.
not her hair. It's like,
It's
but
normal.
she like already thought she broke her neck in like the first thing. So I think she's already been
You
sent
know,
home.
how do we feel about Kate Gosselin? Because I feel
I
like
haven't heard a
thought
lick
about
about Kate Gosselin
at all.
in
quite
5+
some time.
years.
I mean,
maybe
she was
even
kind
more.
of sort of a villain in the show. Like she was kind of. I don't want
Her
to sound
5 seconds-
misogynistic, but she was a little bitchy.
Yeah.
But then I think we came to find out that like John was that his
John,
name?
yeah.
He wasn't doing shit.
No.
So
I
she
think
had
he was
every
an
right to
asshole.
kind of be
They got divorced.
bitchy.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it was funny because her like the 10 minutes they dedicated to her in the first episode was her being like, I really hated watching myself back on my TV show. Like I really felt like I complained a lot and like
yeah,
didn't
of
like
Mm.
wasn't really myself.
She got the villain
and
edit.
then she and then she just complained while being on this show.
Would
and
you
then,
go?
And then went home.
Would you go on a reality TV show if it was the right one?
In all honesty,
besides
I think
Dancing
I'm
with the
done.
Stars?
I think I'm done.
Competition show?
I think I think it would have to. Okay, that's a lie.
What
That's
about
a lie.
if they did a Peloton one?
I don't think that's in the books. I think like a reality competition I've gotten my fill of.
Mm-hmm.
The only exception is RuPaul's
You were
Drag
gonna
Race.
say that. They were just all
Even
here.
the celebrity one. Like there's a celebrity one. I would totally do that just
Yeah.
because I love Drag Race and I love RuPaul so much, and like I am not gonna shy away from this. Like I want to be a guest judge on the show so bad. So I will do anything.
That's
I feel like
including
that's a
manifest-
possibility.
Totally.
Yeah, for sure. And so let's put that and manifest that out there. But otherwise, no, because as much as grateful as I am for Dancing with the Stars, and I'm so glad that I did it, I would never do it again.
Yeah.
It was the hardest 3 months of my life.
Yeah.
And I sometimes look back and I'm like, wow, bitch, you are resilient, because it was so hard. It was 3 months, and I'm not saying this from like hustle culture perspective. Like I had 0 days off for 3 months.
Yeah.
From Labor Day until Thanksgiving, I had 0 days off. Every day was like
Insane.
a 10 or 12 hour day of physical like
Really grueling
exhaustion.
on your body, and also
Were
at
you
a time
doing
where
classes at that
Yes.
time too? Yeah, I
a
forgot
lot of
that.
restrictions and all of that too, so it probably made it even harder than like how
Yeah.
it normally would be.
Yeah.
Just a lot on the body.
Yeah, he was doing dances in his apartment.
Yeah,
He was-
that's just insane.
Yeah.
So as much as I love it, as much as I'm grateful for it, it was so hard, and I'm so glad I did it. But I would never do it again. And I feel like any sort of competition show is like the same mental. It would not be good for my mental health. I'll just sell the condoms, loops, and vibrators on Instagram. You know.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
what's next for you?
What is
What's
next
coming up?
for me?
Yeah.
ASMR.
Yeah, it has been like announced, but I am writing a book. So
Love.
that is on the
Are
docket.
you writing it?
I don't know if I can answer that.
It is about you.
It is about me.
Yep.
And
It's about you.
I've heavily influenced the writing of it.
Yeah.
So that's that.
exciting.
No, it's very exciting, and it was like it was kind of like
Is it
therapy.
just like, are you on? Is it a lot of your whole life? Is it like life
It's
story
not
or
a
more
memoir,
like
but
Peloton?
no, it's just more like I think I describe it as like life advice through my lived experiences.
Nice, okay.
Okay.
That's
So
nice.
like, but like same like fun and
Yeah.
things that I bring to like life in general. Obviously Peloton's in my life. I love Peloton, even though after 9 years, I'm still like love going to work and having purpose in what I do. And you know, I feel like I've said this, and I was actually on the, not to sound like that girl, but I just had a meeting with my life coach, and so much of where I want to go is just more so about taking care of myself and having more balance and having more joy and peace in my life. And so that is my main focus, and like creating and holding really good boundaries within my work life so that I have more of that peace and that joy. So anything that will fit into those boundaries and fit into making me grow as a person, I'm all about.
I think that's very smart and beautiful, and will continue to make you excited to go to work when you have boundaries for your life.
Because I think when you first like jump into something like this, everyone gets in the mindset of like, oh my God, I need to be doing more. Everyone, like you see
that was
on
me for the
socials,
past,
like
3 years.
Everyone's doing more. I need to do more. Like I shouldn't have any empty space, but
Empty
sometimes
space is
the empty
good.
space is
Isn't that a Taylor Swift song?
Blank space.
Blank space.
You almost had it, and now they're going to come for you.
How dare I not know that song? No, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, let's have more time to not be doing things and take care of ourselves. Like, life is stressful. Our mental health is like really important.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I don't think we prioritize it enough.
Do you want to live in New York forever?
I always want to have a foot in New York. I've lived here for 13 years. I'm still not tired of it. I have it's like the longest relationship I've had. And going through COVID in this city was really challenging for all of us. But it was also like such a pivotal point in my career and my life that like I'm sort of grateful for that time. I know that sounds crazy. But I think I'll always have a foot in New York. I mean, I bought an apartment here, so I think
it's stunning.
Thank you.
I remember it was featured.
No, it hasn't.
No?
I haven't sold the rights to that feature just yet.
Why not? Maybe was it you yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I just like go through my part. Like you probably seen
I feel
it in
like
my,
when you first
Instagrams.
bought it, it was like I bought this apartment.
Yeah, for sure, but it hasn't
was
been like all done.
A tabloid
up.
that did it.
It was
maybe.
I think it was Page 6.
That's where I saw it.
We haven't got like the full details of the design. Yeah, it's a great place in Williamsburg. But my dream is that at some point I can go take like a 6 to 12 month sabbatical of like traveling. So hopefully that will happen, but no time soon.
Yeah.
Is there any spot that you really want to get to or spend some time at?
As far as traveling?
Yeah, traveling, or just like if you had to live in another place for an extended period of time.
So I just got back from Brazil. I absolutely love Brazil. I have not been there in 3 years. I used to go almost twice a year.
Wow.
I've been 7 times.
Okay.
Eu falo português, like enough, like suficiente. Like I speak enough Portuguese and like it's conversational. So I think when I go to Brazil, it is when you know the language of another country, it completely changes the lens in which you experience that country. So, and it's a massive country. I'm gonna say country one more time. And then I would love to get to know more of that place. And I would love to spend like at least 3 months there.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Yeah. I love lots of South America. I just like think it's great.
I'm happy you didn't just say like LA.
No, LA, I have a relationship. I was born there. And my relationship with LA is out of necessity. So like I'm there almost like every other month or every quarter. Yeah. And it's always for work.
Right.
And listen, everybody has a friend in LA. So you go, you catch up, you have a dinner.
It's nice for the week or weekend.
It's great for the weekend.
Out.
But like I would only be in LA out of necessity if I had like a project. If like my next big thing was like, you need to move to LA. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not gonna fight it. Like that's where the opportunity is, but it's not my city.
Right.
And I love Miami.
Not out of pleasure. Pleasure comes when you're there, but it's not.
It sure does.
Yeah.
And like I guess I could do Miami. I feel like I love Miami, but I don't feel like I could. I think after a while I'd be like, okay, the fun is over. And
yeah,
like,
definitely.
So I think
that's like the feedback I feel like you get from a lot of people that live or have lived in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like it's so full force when you get there, and then after 6 months, a year, you're like, okay, where's like the calm spots?
Yeah,
but then people figure that out too.
Right.
So.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I always love New York. I think I'll be here with 1 foot in the ground, if not, or 1 foot on the floor, at least 2. And hopefully I'll get that sabbatical one point in my life, but no rush.
Yeah.
And if I have to move to LA, I can move to LA because there's a lot of entertainment content stuff. So
you want to do hosting at all?
I'd love to do hosting.
You would be so good at hosting.
Thank you. I'd love to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did I hosted the GLAAD Awards last year, and that was so much fun. And I think
because I really just feel like you're like a podcast host, even though it's like on the Peloton. Because
and like even LOL Cody was like a talk show. I said it was a talk show on wheels. Like having celebrity guests there, having the other instructors there, shooting the shit, like getting to kind of do this like experimental content with Peloton was like such a blessing, but also so much stress. Yeah. That like I was like so anxious for like 3 weeks, but it was great, and I got to like flex those muscles. Yeah. And so I would love to do that in like a podcast space or entertainment space or just anywhere that really wants to give me a microphone and let me talk. I'm here for it.
I'm sure the opportunities are endless.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like hopefully.
And if there, big stuff you want to come back here and talk to us, we'd love to have you.
Yes, please come back.
Will do. I will.
There's always good stuff to talk about, and we love different perspectives and fun people. We love people who love pop culture. And opinions.
I feel like we didn't even get into much pop culture.
I know.
We talked about Taylor. We talked about Britney. I weirdly
kind of feel like we've been in a little bit of a slow.
Yeah, and
like the last month or so, there hasn't been too much. It's the holidays. I feel like people kind of
they're
trying to be calm down.
Right, so like
hasn't many big scandals.
I am older than you too, so like I feel like I am like a little bit more. My pop culture references are a little bit more nostalgic, whereas like the current pop culture stuff, I'm like I don't even know what's going on. Like I couldn't tell you a single thing about Harry Styles. I'm sorry, and like so many people love him. I'm not coming for Harry Styles. Chill out, everybody.
Yeah.
I know two songs, and that's about it. Okay.
Stop being so opinionated on this podcast.
Stop being so opinionated. Yeah, exactly. I don't even know. Yeah.
No, but that's a good mix. Like it's always like fun because it's also fun when people are like, I don't even know who you're talking about.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love when somebody's just like, I just don't really care about that.
I don't know.
Exactly. Well, but the last one we went with is I'll ask you about Pete Davidson because I feel like that's a good New York one.
Okay.
Like
how is he getting all these hot girls?
He's dating well, what's your opinion on
the dick
him?
has to be massive. Like it has to. Like
I'm
that
pretty
has
sure
to be
it's been confirmed.
Great, good for him.
Yeah.
Ariana
good for them. And so, there's a lot of people
have as well.
There's a lot of people who's from someone who has a lot of experience with men and dicks. I would say there's a lot of men who rely on their dick to be their personality. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that's not going to work.
Well,
it works for
right now. Maybe not for the long term.
Yeah.
But
there's just always somebody that he's with,
Yeah, and good for him. Whatever game he's doing, he's bagging a lot of famous and hot girls. And I hope everybody involved is having a great time. And everything seems to be consensual.
Yeah.
And everything seems to be, going well. Maybe not for him though, because he did seem a little heartbroken. He was really heartbroken with Ariana, wasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He claims he's a very, he's like a hopeless romantic. He says he puts a lot of emotions
but he'd be going into some interesting situations. Like, why are you going to date a woman who just got who has 3 kids and just got out of a divorce? Like, not even divorce, is like separated.
Also, like with Kanye West.
With Kanye West,
not just anybody. Like
Kim be out here using these men for gain.
until
and like more power to her.
Yeah.
But.
What popped into my head was I did see this right before we started was apparently Beyonce was going to have Britney in a music video and it fell through.
Okay.
But she wanted
Excuse me.
Britney
but
in a
Beyonce,
video.
it has been 5 months. You put out this album.
Where are the videos?
Are the videos, girl? Where are the videos?
Because now we're losing
there
interest.
There were nonstop rumors
I'm
that
not
she made a
losing
video
interest.
for.
But you lose interest until they come out again.
No,
like,
I'm not
once they
losing
come out, I'll
interest.
be
that she was
interested, but
making
right now
a
I'm not
video
thinking
for
about
every
it.
song.
Yeah,
like
that was the rumor.
Yeah.
And like that's what she's done in the past 2 albums. Where are I have a feeling like they didn't meet her expectation,
Right.
and she's like, "Nah, we're
She
not
pulled
doing
an Adele.
Yeah,
scratching
Adele.
it." An Adele?
Like
Adele
when
cut her
Adele
residency?
when the
She
residency
wasn't feeling
was
the
not up
residency?
to par, and
but
she
she's
was
doing it now, isn't
Yeah,
she?
but they went on a break for months. They had to restructure the whole thing because I think it was like 2 days before it was supposed to start.
Oh, that's right.
And Adele was
she was like, "I'm not
pulled
feeling
the plug.
it. I'm not feeling it."
Yeah.
Beyonce, yeah, I would love to see the visuals. I would love to see a updated Beyonce and Britney collaboration. They did do a wonderful Pepsi commercial with Pink. I don't know if you two remember that one.
I think I do.
They're in a
Is that like
stadium.
around the Super Bowl.
Yep, it's a
Yep.
Super Bowl
Yeah,
commercial in which they were in a stadium and they might have been singing "We Will Rock You," but I don't know if that is. Don't confirm that.
Yeah.
And I feel like a bad Britney stan if I got that wrong.
Yeah.
But I would love to see an updated Beyonce V featuring Britney,
Yeah.
vice versa. But maybe we should wait an album.
Yeah.
Let's give Britney some
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Let's
that's
give
probably
her some
Definitely.
time. We got that beautiful Elton John song.
Yeah.
That was wonderful. It gave us exactly what we needed. That's the first song she put out in 5 years.
Yeah.
So we'll take it. We'll take that.
We don't need to rush anything.
We don't need to
That's why
rush.
it was no rush.
Britney's given us a lifetime
And
of
there's
performances.
supposed to be a book,
There is,
but there's
like
a paper shortage.
there's a paper shortage.
That's what she said.
I live. But she's also kind of like giving away the whole book on
No, I
Instagram.
know.
If I was
I
her
think it was
publisher, I'd be
like-
like, "Girl, can you quiet down over there and
Yeah.
save it for the pages?"
There was a rumor that there was a paper shortage, and therefore,
Imagine.
Just do an audio one.
which
Like
there's
to
no
print-
paper shortage
to
for
print
Prince
the
Harry's book.
book.
So yeah, I
To
guess.
print the book.
I guess.
Okay, that makes
Yes,
sense.
yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
she meant like there wasn't like there
Oh,
was
like
no
she did not have paper.
paper
She
in
didn't
her
have
printer.
Somebody needs to run to the store.
Like, as someone who has had a lot of difficulties with my printer, I completely get
Yeah.
it. So,
It's like, I thought about writing this book, but I can't print. I
how much
can't
do
use
you
my
hate
printer.
printing stuff?
The worst.
I have
Can't
in my
remember the last time I
apartment,
printed
although it's a
something.
beautiful apartment, there's really no space for my printer, so it is on top of my stacked washer and dryer. So every time that I have to
Your
print a
printer
document,
is on top of your washer
yes,
and dryer.
I
I
have
feel like
to.
that would be a hazard.
It's
I don't
not
know
though.
why.
It's not. There's enough space up there. Oh, like melting?
Or
I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe
I don't know,
like-
I didn't say I was smart.
Yeah.
Every time I have to print a document, I avoid it to the last minute because I have to like grab the printer, bring it down, plug it in, connect.
Oh,
You're
store it
storing
up
your
there.
printer.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yes.
It's not
That's-
like plugged
I
in
thought
up
the
there.
printer's
No.
plugged in and you're just keeping it up
But
there.
do you
and
see what I'm
printing.
saying?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
That's
there's no
that's a
space
problem.
for it, but I have to like print documents and sign it. I'm
Yeah.
just like,
The problem
enough.
is nobody has a printer anymore. Like I
Exactly.
don't know anybody. Like none of my friends have printers.
No.
And we can never figure out our printers in the office. And it's
I
like
just asked
it's-
somebody to print.
And
I'm
if
like,
I actually think it's insulting if somebody sends you something to sign and say you have to sign it on a piece of
wet
paper.
sign it.
right.
Yeah, it's
E
like,
why
sign.
can't we just sign it
no,
on?
Make me-
there's so
like-
many instances recently where I've
That's
had
unbelievable. Everything should
to
be
wet
signed.
sign things, and I
And then-
learned this
and you-
phrase from having to sign it with the pen. You have to wet sign it.
You got to mail it?
I had to get something fucking notarized yesterday. I had to get the printer down, sign it, walk the block, get it
Notarize.
notarized, bring it back. I don't understand, like how
We've
in
moved
the
past
in the
this.
Yeah.
40 years of computers and printers, how have we not figured out
Right.
printers?
We have robots that are like doing everything these
Yeah.
days,
They're
and we
creating
have to
art.
still sign documents.
And I think this is why Apple has never made a printer. Even Apple hasn't been able to conquer the printer space. They're
I've never
like,
even thought of that.
They're like,
printer.
we'll make the computers, but fuck it, we're not touching these printers, y'all. Even our
leave that to
technology
Microsoft.
cannot handle it.
Microsoft's got the printers.
But they're still not slaying it. Nobody's
no,
slaying
no.
it.
No,
Anyway,
right.
no.
Should I leave
we're
you with
paper.
that?
Yeah,
Is that
I
what
think
I
that
should-
should be our ending
Printer
sentiment.
culture?
Yeah,
It's like-
that's the legacy.
That is-
That's the legacy.
yes.
that you're going
Oh
with.
man, well that's amazing, guys. Everybody follow Cody on social,
Thank you.
TikTok, Instagram. Do you tweet?
I have a Twitter, but I think
Yeah.
I've tweeted one thing.
Like I was gonna say, I feel like I mostly see your stuff on
just, like,
Instagram
I
and
can't
TikTok.
give myself to so many.
As
I
fair.
resisted TikTok for so long, and then my agent was like, "Bitch, if you don't get on TikTok,"
That's my problem.
I was like, "Okay, all right." So TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah. Well, you're very good on TikTok.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm trying to stay afloat with the kids these days.
Yeah.
But I'm not quick enough yet.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Maybe
Well-
if you make a printer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. That's content right
Yeah.
there.
You could literally
Me versus
3D
a printer.
print a printer.
Yeah.
and it still
That
wouldn't
is so
work.
fucking meta. 3D print.
You could 3D print a printer, still probably wouldn't work.
Exactly.
And if you have a Peloton, make sure you're taking Cody's classes as always.
Please.
As you should.
And
They're the best.
You can find
in my
them
opinion.
on the. I got to do a shameless plug.
Yeah, plug away.
Find it on the Peloton bike, or on the app, which you can get on your phone, your iPad, your Apple TV. It's all there.
Yep.
I think there's some. I don't know the days right now, but there's some sort of free trial.
Yes,
I think
there normally is.
there normally is.
Yeah.
So if you haven't tried the
It's
app,
the beginning of the
app
year.
is
There
great.
has
There
to
has
be.
to be.
Yeah.
It's the
And I
beginning of the year.
swear by the Peloton app. Like when I'm on vacation and I don't want to think about a workout, bitch, I will do a strength workout.
Hey,
on
that-
Peloton.
Trust
Last
me,
night-
we were actually just talking about the Peloton app. My sister's got the Peloton app. My brother's fiance's got the Peloton app. Everyone's doing the Peloton app.
I don't like thinking. So let
Neither do
somebody
I.
else do the thinking for me. I can do the workout. I'll show up. I just don't want to think about it.
My boyfriend made fun of me last night because I was like, I've been bad. I have not been working out. And I was like, I need to ease my way. I know that if I jump in too heavy, like it's going to turn me off from doing it. So like last night I was like, I'm doing a 15-minute Cody ride. I did the one
Perfect.
from December. And I was like, and he was like, 15 minutes? It's like,
But
yep,
I have a feeling it was
15
hard.
15 minutes. It was hard.
I remember.
It
I think
was
I remember
hard.
that ride, and I was like, I
I
know
was
we only have
laughing
15
at you
minutes.
talking about how JoJo got screwed by the music industry,
did.
which she did, and so I'm like laughing, and I'm like, and sometimes 15 minutes is hard because you just jump into it like faster than normal.
15 minutes is
so
better
by
than
the,
nothing,
The end
though.
of the 15 minutes, I was
Absolutely.
dying. So
15
good.
minutes is good.
but it was good.
We
it was
love
good.
it.
It was
Thank
good.
you. That
I
that is
recommend.
the end of the shameless plug section of the
There we go.
podcast.
Yep, exactly.
Thank you so much
Thanks,
for
Cody.
joining us.
Thank you for
Everybody
having me. It's
follow
been a
Cody.
pleasure.